All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Abby Ryberg, and I am your student's biology teacher. So I thought I'd take a quick minute to make a video, just doing a quick introduction and maybe point out some resources that we have here at school for the next year, this next school year that we have together. So again, this is biology, and my name is Abby Ryberg, so my email address is there on the screen. It's just abby.ryberg@ketteringschools.org. I grew up in Kettering, so I'm a Kettering native. I went to Southdale, Van Buren, and then Fairmont, and I left for about 8 years. And I graduated from Appalachian State University and worked for a number of years, and then decided to get my master's to teach. I live in Kettering now. I'm about a block from Fairmont. I have 3 kids. My oldest 2 just started kindergarten at Southdale, and my little one is now 1. So just a quick reminder that everyone takes biology, and this is probably the last mandated science class that your student will ever take. They need 3 science credits total. So depending on whether your biology student is a freshman or a sophomore, they may need just 1 more after this, or maybe 2 more. But no matter what they take, it's really your student and your decision of what they choose. So this is state required, and it's also tested. So we'll have an air test in the spring. April 26th should be our biology air test. And we start learning content for the air test this week. Actually, we did already this week. So it really just guides what we'll learn and progress throughout the school year. The class requirements, my biggest thing is if they could all have 1 folder with prongs, and that's really it. The only thing they will be in charge of keeping organized are the notes packets that I give them. So they'll get color-coded notes packet for one for every unit that we do. And that helps them know exactly what to focus on studying for quizzes or for unit tests. So if they could have a folder, please make sure that they, have a Chromebook, it functions, they have a charger. And this year I am going to prefer that they have headphones. Here at the bookstore, they have some for like $3. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I will say COVID taught us to be pretty good with making videos like this. So I may, make some lectures if I'm gone a day or 2, or even just kind of utilize some YouTube videos. So I would love for them to bring headphones with them also. I do accept late work. So if it's within the same unit that we're working on, they'll get about 75% credit. And if it's after that unit, we've already tested on it and moved on, I'll still accept it, but it will be half credit. So it'll be 50%. And absences, your student will kind of get in the routine here of what to do when they're absent, but I hang every paper that we do, I hang extra copies in my classroom right here up front in the classroom. So extra copies of worksheets are always hanging and available for them. I've told them also if they're absent to come check in with me, because the nature of biology is they may have missed a lab. The lab I may not have them make up at all. I may give them my data and then have them do the calculations and conclusions from there, or it may be something that they can do on their own. So it really is important if they're absent, that they come in and check with me to make sure that they're getting caught up. We do cover quite a bit in this class. I love this class. We start soon with ecology, and then we just kind of proceed. The last thing we'll do is evolution and classification. And then after that is when we'll have the air test. So all of those topics that you see on my screen here will be on the air test. And then after that, we'll have, I think this year we only have a couple weeks. And my plan as of now is to do a little animal units. Sometimes we have more time and we'll look at plants too, or fungus. But I think this year we only have 2 weeks. So it is then that we'll do dissections. So my plan, usually we do a worm lab, we dissect crayfish and grasshoppers and squid and frogs. So that's kind of something to look forward to. But again, it's not till the very end of the year. I know, as parents and guardians, we know a lot of us have these tools, and I know you guys are just constantly trying to teach them these keys to success. But a couple things I will emphasize for this class is keeping up and staying organized. So we have lots of resources here in the building. So even throughout the regular day, your students' regular day at school, we have some ways that we can help support them here. So when it comes to help, I am always available after school. My mornings are busy getting my kids, to their school, their buildings, but I'm here almost every day after school, and I'm always willing to help. They can either just pop on by, or if they feel like they'd like an hour's worth of review, have them email me and make sure that I'm good for that day for 1 hour or whatever it may be. We do have National Honor Society tutors, which are typically upperclassmen. So they're juniors and seniors that have said, hey, I'll tutor biology. And I actually coordinate that. So you can just shoot me an email that you would like to get your student set up with a tutor. It is one-on-one, and almost always it's scheduled to both of your conveniences. So between you, your student, and the tutor, they pick a time and a place that works for them. We have study tables available, which are Tuesdays and Thursdays for about an hour in West Unit. So room 328 will have staff available to help organize, to help, look at PowerSchool, Google Classroom, look at the papers in their bag, and try to kind of make sense of what's going on. So study tables are available 2 days a week. And then we have Miss Spicer is an intervention specialist, and she has a classroom here at the high school, and she has no students assigned to her. So she is here to help all day. Her and I communicate about students that are struggling, whether it's with organization, and maybe she'll pull your student during their study hall, their study skills, or even their lunch, and just kind of, pull the papers out of their backpacks, try to organize their papers, figure out what needs completed, what's ready to be turned in, or even just help with content. So she's able to kind of help them through some of their assignments also. The other piece you may hear of Ms. Spicer is for testing. So if you know that your student does best with, small group testing, having the tests read aloud, all of that I've already seen in PowerSchool, but she will be the one that I am in contact with on test days to make sure that your student gets the appropriate accommodations. At open house, I usually get a question here or there about then what's next, because you probably have never had the option to pick what science class your student takes. So you can see on my screen here, we're at biology. Again, I know it's different whether your student is a freshman or a sophomore, but most of my students that get, an A or B or a C, and they have interest in, maybe getting some type of education after high school, I would suggest they go to Chemistry 1, so that it is a year-long course that they would take next year. Some students, if they love math and science, and they think maybe someday they'll be doing something math and science related, their senior year, then I would probably suggest physics. However, if you look all around my slide here, you see all of the options. Kettering Fairmont High School has amazing science options. So from biology, if they struggled a little bit, but they really want a dose of chemistry, I'll suggest maybe general chemistry for next year, which is just a little bit slower paced and maybe doesn't go, into as much detail. We also have over here, we have some electives: catastrophic science, material science, environmental science are options for students that don't want chemistry and still need a third credit. And all of this stuff I will talk to your students about for about 2 days, I think close after Christmas. We'll come back, and before we schedule, I'll talk to them. I'll probably make a parent video to send home and make sure that we're all on the same page. I'll talk to your students one-on-one during school to make sure that we're all on the same page. And that's really it. I just wanted to kind of reach out. Again, there's my email address, my room number. Please just reach out if anything seems concerning or something sounds weird that your student says. I think in the last year, we've all gotten much better at communication. So please just shoot me an email if you have a question, if something looks funny, if you'd like to set up a time for you and I to meet after school one day, I'd be more than happy to do that. So I think that's it. Please let me know if you have questions, and I am really excited to have your student in my class this year. Okay. Thank you for listening and watching the video.